Hello friends, welcome to our channel SB EduPoint. I hope you all are doing good. Please stay home and study well. Friends, in this video we will be discussing about the types of angles, what are the angles and some of the properties of angles. The very first question that we are going to discuss is what are angles? In geometry, an angle is defined as the figure formed by two rays meeting at a common point. In other words, we can say angles are formed between two rays extending from a single point. Angles are commonly drawn as an arc or a part of a circle. As you can see in the figure, we have two rays named as AO and BO. And the common point that we are talking about is denoted as O or the vertex. The part of the circle, as I have been highlighted with the green color, is the angle. Now angle is represented as a symbol which you can see on your screen. The angle will be defined as angle AOP. Now we will talk about the parts of an angle. As you can see in the diagram, we have two rays named as AO and BO. As we have already discussed about the angles in our previous slide, an angle is a geometric figure formed by two rays extending from a common point. So, the two rays are known to be the arms of an angle, and the common point that we have discussed about, denoted by O in the figure, is known to be the vertex of an angle. Next is the property of angles. Angles are measured in degrees, which is a measure of circularity or the rotation. As you can see in the figure, a full rotation makes us an angle which would bring a face of the same direction and is known to be of 360 degree. A half circle is therefore 180 degree and a quarter circle or a right angle would be measure of 90 degree. The next we are going to see is the types of angles, or we can say naming of different angles being measured. First, as you can see on your screen, is the acute angle that measures an angle which is greater than 0 degree and less than 90 degree. Second is the right angle, an angle which measures 90 degrees. Third one is the obtuse angle, an angle which is being greater than 90 degree and would be less than 180 degree. Third is the straight angle, an angle which is of 180 degree. Third will be the reflex angle, an angle which would be greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree, as you can see in the figure. Last one is the full angle, which is of 360 degree, as we have already discussed that a full rotation of a circle is of 360 degree. So friends, to make it easier for you to learn about angles, I have given some daily life examples which you will see around you people. So first is the acute angle. As I have shown an example of a scissor, the angle formed between the two blades of the scissor will be an acute angle. Next is the example of a right angle. There is a laptop, an angle formed between the screen and the keypad will be of 90 degree. Obtuse angle, the example of obtuse angle, as you will have approached to a beach, you will have seen a beach chair which will give you an obtuse angle as you can see in the picture. Fourth one is the straight angle. We all have seen a scale, so the angle will be a straight angle outside the scale. Fifth one is the reflex angle. Reflex angle, you all people have seen a compass. So the angle on the outskirt of the two needles of the compass will be a reflex angle. Not in between, but to the opposite outside of the two blades will be of reflex angle. Sixth, the last one will be the full angle, and the example of full angle will be the CD, which is of 360 degree. As you can see, the angle formed between the CD will be the 360 degree. Next, we will talk about the complementary angles. So friends, what are complementary angles? Complementary angles are those two angles that add up to give you a sum of 90 degree. As you can see in the diagram, I have taken a protractor, and using that protractor I have measured two angles that are 50 degrees and 40 degrees. So if I sum up these two angles, I will get an angle of 90 degree. We can have 70 degree and 20 degree will give you 90 degree. So the complementary angles are those angles that gives you the sum of 90 degree. Next is the supplementary angles. Supplementary angles, friends, are those angles, the two angles that sum up to give you 180 degree measure. As you can see, I have used a protractor to measure 60 degree and 120 degree, which adds up to give you 180 degree, and hence the two angle will be resulting in the sum of 180 degrees. So conclusion will be the complementary angle will be of the two angles summing up to give you 90 degree, and the supplementary angle will be the twice of the complementary angle. So twice of the complementary angle will be 180 degree. Next we will discuss about the interior and exterior angles. What are the difference between these two angles? As you can see in the figure, I have taken a triangle and I have marked the interior part of the triangle as in blue color, and I have extended a line, a dotted line through the side BC of the triangle. So the angle which is formed inside of the triangle will be called as the interior angle, and the angle formed between the side of the triangle and the side extended of the triangle will be the exterior angle. So the sum of the interior and the exterior angle will give you 180 degree. As you can see that it is will be a straight line, so the sum of these two angles will be of 180 degree. So remember friends, the sum of the interior angle and the exterior angle will be equal to 180 degree. Once again, I will sum up that the interior angle are those angles which are inside of the polygon or the shape or the triangle, while the exterior angle will be formed with the side of the triangle and the other extended side of the triangle. And the sum of these two angles will be 180 degree. Friends, next is the exterior angle property. Exterior angle property says that the side of a triangle is produced, then the exterior angle so formed is equal to the sum of two interior opposite angles. As you can see in the diagram, I have taken a triangle PQR and the side QR is extended to S to form an exterior angle as denoted by 4. So according to exterior angle property, exterior angle that is named to be angle 4 will be equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles, which are angle 2 plus angle 1. So we are going to prove that property. For that, our first equation will be for QS. As you can see, the QS will have a linear pair of the angle, which is an interior angle 3 and the exterior angle 4. The sum of these two is equal to 180 degree, which we have already discussed in our previous slide. The second equation we will get is through the angle sum property. Angle sum property we are going to discuss further in our next slide. So the sum of the interior angles, angle 1, 2 and 3 will be equal to 180 degree. So if we are going to equate these two equations, we will get angle 1 plus angle 2 will be equal to angle 4, which means the exterior angle produced by extending a line side of the triangle will be equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So friends, the next topic we are going to learn about is angle sum property of triangle. The angle sum property says that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. As you can see in the diagram, I had drawn a triangle ABC and the interior angles are named as 1, 2 and 3. So our property says that the sum of the angles 1, 2 and 3 will be equal to 180 degree. We are going to prove this property in our next slide. So friends, we have talked about the angle sum property of triangle. Now we will take a look on the proof of this property. So it states that the total measure of the three angles, which are interior angles of the triangle, is equal to 180 degree. To prove this, we will consider the triangle PQR as shown in the diagram, and the third side of the triangle PQR, that is QR, will be extended to S. So we will get an exterior angle named as 4. So the given things, we have three interior angles that are 1, 2 and 3, and we will have an exterior angle which is formed by extending the QR side to S. So now we have to prove that the sum of these three interior angles is equal to 180 degree. So our first equation states that angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 4. Wait, we have already talked this property in our previous video. So friends, this is the exterior angle property. So once again, I recall the exterior angle property. It states that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the interior opposite angles of the triangle. So angle 1 plus angle 2 are the two angles which is interior to the triangle and is opposite of the exterior angle 4. So this will be our first equation. Next, if I gonna add angle 3 in this first equation on both the sides of the equality, so I will get angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 4 plus angle 3. So angle 4 plus angle 3, you can see angle 3 plus angle 4 are the linear pair of angles, and if you recall that interior angle plus exterior angle will be equal to 180 degree. These are supplementary angles. Now if I'm gonna write 180 degree on place of this, I will prove that the interior angles of the triangle is equal to 180 degree. Hence, we have proved the property that the sum of the interior angles of the triangle is equal to 180 degree. The next is the sum of interior angles of pentagon. As you can see in the figure, I have taken a pentagon, and as we all know, a pentagon has 5 sides. So the next thing I have done is to divide this pentagon into the triangles, because we will be calculating the sum of the interior angles of this pentagon with the help of angle sum property of triangle, which we have already talked in a previous slide. Once again, I will recall the angle sum property, which says that the sum of the interior angles of the triangle is equal to 180 degree, which means that the sum of the three angles within the triangle is equal to 180 degree. So I have marked this two lines dividing the pentagon into three triangles, 1, 2 and 3. So according to angle sum property, the sum of this triangle will be 180 degree. The total sum of the angles of this second will also be 180 degree. And the sum of the angle for this third triangle will also be 180 degree. Hence, we conclude that the sum of the interior angle of this pentagon will be 3 into 180 degree. Will give you the answer as 540 degree. Hope you all get the calculation, what I have done, how we will calculate the sum of interior angles. I will be talking about the sum of the interior angles of polygon into the next slide. So friends, the next topic that we are going to discuss is polygon's interior angle sum theorem. The theorem states that the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon with n sides is given by n minus 2 into 180 degree. This will be the general equation for the polygons. We have talked about the pentagon in our previous slide. So next I have taken an example of a hexagon. As you can see in the diagram, firstly I will take the calculation using the angle sum property, which states that the sum of the angle of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. So for that I have to divide this hexagon into the triangles, the non-overlapping triangles. So I will start from this point and I will draw a line to this point, next and the last one. So you can see the hexagon is divided into four triangles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So for each triangle the sum of the interior angle will be 180 degree, and we have in general 4 triangles, so the sum will be 4 into 180 degree, which will give us as 720 degree, the sum of the interior angle of the hexagon. And if I talk about this theorem, which states that the sum of the measure of the interior angle is given by n minus 2 into 180 degree. So n is the side of this hexagon, so I have written 6 minus 2 into 180 degree, which is 4 into 180 degree, and lastly the 720 will give you the resultant answer. The last topic of our video is the sum of the exterior angles of a polygon. The sum of the exterior angles of any polygon, regular polygon, is given by 360 degree, whether it's a triangle or a quadrilateral, which I have drawn in the diagram as the triangle. The sum of these exterior angles marked as XYZ will be equal to 360 degree. And if I have to calculate each exterior angle of any regular n-sided polygon is dividing the 360 degree with the total number of sides of that polygon. Thank you so much friends for watching this video. I hope you all liked it, and please do share it with your friends also, and don't forget to subscribe our channel.